MMA, also known as cage fighting, is a full-contact combat sport using techniques from various martial arts including boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, grappling and wrestling. Specific rules vary between organisations, but typically bouts can be won by knockout, technical knockout, submission, disqualification or by decision. But for many fighters, their fight begins a long time before they step foot in the cage and lock horns with their opponent. Just days and hours before competing, fighters will excessively dehydrate their bodies to make the required weight for a bout, in a process known as weight cutting, despite there being many cases of fighters being hospitalised or even tragically passing away attempting to cut weight. The process is still largely unregulated by MMA organisations. This is Johnny Brocklesby, a professional mixed martial artist from Gainsborough. In 3 days' time, he'll compete at Almighty Fighting Championship 11 in Leeds and must weigh in at 74 kilograms to receive his whole purse. On Wednesday afternoon, he weighs 78.9 kilograms, meaning he must lose 4.9 kilograms in less than 48 hours. Helping Johnny lose the final few kilos and make weight is his teammate and professional fighter, Dan Gibbon.
It's push time really, and gradually we're going to do these cardio stints with a little bit of massage, small 45 minutes to an hour stints, as many as it takes between now and Friday morning until we make that mark. Alright, Johnny, on your feet, that's your 2 minutes. Meant to be done. Alright, on your elbows, go, same thing.
The effects of an hour's cardio, bag and pad work begin to show on Johnny, whose food and water intake is now extremely minimal.
My brain's not taking in what you're saying. Okay. Just keep that mind focused on your task, Johnny.
Johnny's work for the day is done, and all that's left to do is check the progress of his weight.
Right, well, I'm pleased with that. That's a kilo and a half.
Johnny goes from 78.9 to 77.6 kilo. The guys are pleased with his progress, but if Johnny's to make weight, his hardest work is yet to come. A key part of cutting weight safely is proper nutrition. Yanis Fleming is a nutrition coach that works with MMA fighters all over the UK.
I think the main thing people need to understand about weight cutting is it's water cutting as opposed to body fat. It's not a healthy process at all by any means. The reason it's done is to get that athletic edge. My ethos on weight cutting is, say you've got a 6 to 8 week camp, 4 of those weeks tends to be creating that calorie deficit, reducing portions, targeting body fat, trying to get their weight as low as possible but without sacrificing performance and recovery. If they have a couple of pounds left, it's when we use what's known as passive sweating. So instead of active sweating where you get them to move, which isn't ideal when they're on low energy anyway, we get them in a sauna, a hot bath, just to draw out the last pound or 2 of water. As I said, it's not a safe procedure, but my job is to try and make it as safe as possible.
One fighter Yanis works closely with is Nathaniel Wood. After winning the Cage Warriors bantamweight title in 2017, Nathaniel signed with the UFC, the world's largest MMA organisation.
If I'm honest, I hate every part of it. You know, it's not healthy, and I definitely, I don't advise it to people, but it's kind of like you have to do it now. For me, on fight week, I probably lose a stone, and then the idea is that, when I go back into the fight, I put that stone back on. As I say, it's not healthy. I'd never recommend it to anyone, but that's just what I do, and that's just how my nutritionist, and we found the best way of making weight for me, but it's still not healthy. Cutting weight is never going to be healthy.
Back in Gainsborough, it's day 2 of Johnny Brocklesby's weight cut, and Dan Gibbon is helping his teammate out once again. Before working out, Johnny has just a black coffee and 2 dates. Sadly for him, his weight has risen to 78.4 kilo overnight, making his work for the day even more difficult.
And that sacrifice, remind yourself of it, all this from cutting 4 kilos the day before. Remember that before you go in there. he's the one who's going to pay for that.
I've done all this for nothing.
I've not done this for nothing.
With even more weight to lose, Dan increases the intensity of Johnny's hour-long workout as he tries to hit 74 kilos. If he can't get close enough, he'll have to spend time in an 80-degree sauna tomorrow morning before the weigh-ins. The buzzer goes and Johnny's workout is done. Low on food, water and energy, his body and brain become severely dehydrated. At 4 o'clock, just 20 hours before he needs to weigh in, Johnny weighs 77.1 kilo. With 3.1 kilo left to lose, Dan is happy with how his teammate's cut has gone so far.
As far as I'm concerned, he's going to make the weight tomorrow, and we're very pleased with how well it's come off. It's just down to his work ethic and discipline, really. You know, what he does outside of here counts a lot. And then, obviously, you've seen the 2 hours work he's put in with me so far in order to get at least 3 kilos cut out, which is what he's managed to achieve over the last 2 sessions. So I'm more than pleased with that, and he's right on schedule. Johnny's going to make the weight. You know, that 4 kilos over the last 24 hours is going to happen.
How you feeling this morning, mate?
Yeah, a bit crap. Got 2.8 to do. Last hurdle. No energy. Running on empty.
4 hours till the weigh-ins and Johnny starts the most daunting part of his weight cut by raising his heart rate on a treadmill. Over the next 80 minutes, Johnny spends 3 sessions in his sweatsuit in an 80-degree sauna. He steps out after the first 20 minutes and he's lost 0.7 kilo of water. Johnny can't consume anything that will add to his weight, so he swirls and spits water to stop his mouth getting dry. Session 2, and Johnny's breathing starts to suffer. After 40 minutes, Johnny's body is extremely depleted and he complains of headaches, dizziness and feeling sick.
Kilo. 75.1.
With just 1.1 kilo left to lose, Johnny gets back in for what he hopes will be his last time in the sauna.
Let's come back, Joey.
The scales read 73.3 kilo, 0.7 under the required limit.
I feel like a big weight's just been lifted off my shoulders.
Done. You're at weight. You're at weight, man. Don't get on them scales, Johnny boy.
At the weigh-ins, Johnny Brocklesby officially weighs in successfully at 73.6 kilograms.
All the hard work is done. That is it. I hydrate. I can eat my carbs. I can. I'll be buzzing tomorrow. The second time I knew that was going to be the one when all the insides, all my organs was hot. Then I started feeling sick. I was like, get me out. I think it's going to be a 3-round war. 3-round war and a decision, unless I can land a submission. Hopefully land a submission early on. If not, it's a 3-round war.
On fight night, Brocklesby faces some trouble in the first round and gets dropped by a big right hand. But he recovers and, true to his word, wins by submission in the second round, taking his professional MMA record to 2 wins and 0 losses. But at what cost to his health?